Weep, Grana, Weepingity Bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel I'm coming back at you with some stuff and things I found from the four corners of the Tinterweb. I do this every single Tuesday and Saturday on this channel, so if you like the sound of that, why not think about giving me a like, a share and a subscribe, because it really does help me out.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today then with the Cyber Base Autobot trailer, and this is from the world of FUNBIE Studios. They create these cool little bases and all kinds of 3D printed stuff for your Transformers, and this is a little carrier basically that's going to be able to carry those cool pods around. Comes with a little trailer hitch as well, and it'll go obviously on the back of Huff. Might connect up to Prime as well if it'll connect up to Huff, but it does look very cool compared to Huff as well. And because there's multiple pods, there's obviously multiple trailers that can connect together. One is a Decepticon trailer, one is an Autobot trailer, but that's pretty damn cool. I love what FUNBIE Studios does, and they really do inspire me to try and pick up a 3D printer from somewhere. Christmas is coming, right? Staying with FUNBIE Studios then, and they showed off something that's a little interesting, a little different from them. So they showed off this pair of legs. Just a set of legs, and then a set of legs in almost like a ballet dancer type ish pose. So it looks like they're starting to work on a figure. I think this is the first time I've seen them work on a kind of figure, so I'll be interested to see what comes of that. Doesn't look from those legs like it's going to transform, but it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. Will it be an original character? Will it be their take on a current G1 type character? It'll all be quite interesting. Love FUNBIE. Do you believe your Ark is missing a thruster? If you do, then half the Battle toys have got the kind of accessory for you. So half the Battle toys have created an extra thruster, so this isn't quite in the right place. They said they were just showing the prototype and how it looked. Also stays on the Ark while it's in bot mode, which is pretty cool. You can see how the first prototype kind of snaps together and then unsnaps together as well. So obviously this is the unpainted Jobby, but they recently released a picture of the fully painted up Jobby, and yeah, it looks pretty nice. I like it. I like it with the fifth thruster. Let me know your thoughts on these ones down in the comments. Do you believe yours is missing a thruster? Kingdom ULTRAMAGNUS is missing parts of his chest. If you believe so, then Utopia has the kit for you. So this is the 155 Utopia 13 chest filler kit for your Kingdom ULTRAMAGNUS. Probably will work with the Siege one as well, because hey, it's basically the same figure. So yeah, that's going to be up for pre-order soon on multiple stores. Do you need a Prime to kind of scale with your Ark? Well, PPL Toys have got this Ppl01 Op Warrior, and this is a small scale plastic model kit. So from what I believe, this doesn't transform. It does have articulation, and with it being a model kit, obviously you're gonna have to put this bad boy together. I don't quite know if its eyes light up or if this is just an effect, because every single picture seems to have him with his eyes lit up. Nice if his eyes do light up. Quite cool, but I think at this scale he looks very similar to a lot of kind of third party or KO figures that you can get that actually do transform. Jimbo have got one that looks pretty much identical to this, with a stand, a jetpack, a kit, guns, different hands, hand axes and all that, and it transforms. So it's not for me. I don't really need a model kit, especially at that scale, when I think I actually have about 4 Optimus Prime at that scale already. So it's a no from me, but it does look nice. Staying with Optimus Primes then, but this time at the MP scale, MP-44 KO is getting a few more variants, it looks like. So we're getting a kind of ULTRAMAGNUS style one that looks awesome, shattered glass, a Nemesis, and also this multicolored style one here. Is this this isn't G2. Someone remind me down in the comments where this one comes from, because it always completely slips my mind where the purple and green one comes from. For my mind though, that ULTRAMAGNUS one is sweet, but I will never ever call the white Prime the ULTRAMAGNUS. For me, he's always the Prime that's coated in the special armor to keep him from the Rage Plague. That's who he is for me. He's not ULTRAMAGNUS for me without the armor. He's only ULTRAMAGNUS with the armor. Rage Plague armor, that's what he's got on there. Boom! NEWAGE's take on Devastator is coming to an end for its release dates, and it's starting to wing its way to all the stores and all the people who have purchased it. So of course we're starting to see a few new pictures from NEWAGE themselves, and yeah, it looks great. I mean, I'm waiting on the final two, and we know that this is a frame that he comes in. I did ask the question, is it cheating? I think the fan base and myself are 50-50 on this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what this kind of frame adds to it. If it's still loose as all hell and doesn't like hold together properly, then it's completely pointless, and yes, it's cheating. If it does add a little, then I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So far, it's strong. So far, the bots that I've got from this so far, and you can find all of my reviews for these on the channel, have been strong. So I'm really hoping for a great combined Devastator here. Really, really good. Moving over now to Dr. Wu! Dr. Wu and Dr. Wu have been showing off their Traveler Plane Patriot tank that combine together to make SWORDDANCER. What a name, SWORDDANCER. I love it. But this is basically, if you look at it, it's basically SKYTREAD, or to give him his original name, FLYWHEELS, that just turns into tapes, because you've got a tank and a plane that combine together to make a bot, but they also turn into tapes. And I think this dude looks incredible. I really like this. I wasn't too, but the other one was called Beast Box. I wasn't as too impressed with that one, but I'm definitely looking forward to SWORDDANCER. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they do him in the FLYWHEELS SKYTREAD colours, because if they come in that, then that is just mwah, chef's kiss. Nom, 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 nom. Also, yes, from what I've seen, the tape modes are compatible with your Siege or Kingdom or Earthrise, whatever, Soundwave as well. So they do fit in his chest as well, so that's pretty dope. Do you like your bots with big boobers? Then for those of you who have that fetish, and I'm not gonna kink shame you here, but the newest take from Big FIREBIRD is coming, and this is Mocha. So this is an original character. It's not really based on anybody, but the alt mode is super cool. Really, really, really nice. Very cool looking bot mode as well. I dread to think the kind of pictures that I will see on Facebook of this in all kinds of uncompromising positions or compromised positions. Ah, dear. Heading over to Flame Toys now, and they've said there's been another delay on their Nemesis take on Prime, and this is because of an IC chip that's out of stock. So I believe that this is something to do with the light up functionality within the bot itself. Non-transforming, looks incredible. I think this is like the second time it's been delayed now, so we know that there's a chip shortage globally on all kinds of electronic items, so this has now been hit by it. Shame. FANSHOBBY are really kicking it into gear now and showing multiple pictures of their latest take on Megatron, and more specifically the Armada Megatron, and this is the non-Digibash version. So we've seen the multiple Digibash versions that they've done, and now this is the first color version that they have, and this looks great. Absolutely beautiful. That tank piece at the front, the cannon that lights up, those kind of claws at the beginning, the base mode here that's actually straight from the comic as well and straight from the cartoon, where it can go around and pick up all the mini-cons and become like a little base type thing. That looks great. Love the little touches of purple all over it. Everybody knows my weakness is a bit of a grey or black and purple, but adding that green there as well, and this just looks incredible in its tank mode. But then we send it over to its bot mode and it's delicious. This is fantastic. I think this actually looks a lot better than their take on the Armada Prime that they had. This just looks perfect. I think this is the best looking Armada Megatron I have ever seen. I feel a lot more comfortable about picking this up because their ace hitter is absolutely outstanding. A joy and a bliss to transform, so I can only hope that that now translates into the way that this figure will be. Also, if you think that those tracks stick out a little bit too much, then they released a video to show you that actually you can just slide them in a little bit there, so you don't have to have them sticking out too much depending on how you want. Nice little touch there. Moving over to the world of X Transbots then, and they are saying now that Lock version 2.0 will be for sale late September or October, so keep an eye out for that. So for those of you who have been emailing me and also leaving messages in the comments, how do I tell the difference between version 1 and version 2? I'm not sure right now. As soon as I know, I'll let you know, and I'm sure that X Transbots will also put this up on their Facebook. But right now, do not buy Lock. It's that simple. If you see a Lock, and you might see it very cheap, especially with the fact that this is going to get released soon, do not buy him. Another busy week for XTB because they also showed off a few pictures on their take of DEATHSAURUS, and this is their Z-Saurus, Z-Saurus MX-20, but DEATHSAURUS, and he looks really, really good. I don't know if this is a digital version or if this is the actual. I think this is just a digital version, similar to what they did with Galvatron or their take on Abaddon, but this looks great. I think he looks very, very nice, especially in the bot mode. He looks a lot in his alt mode there. He looks like one of the Spark bots or Spark Cons. I can't remember what they were called, but he looks very, very similar to one of those. Also comes with 2 mini bots as well that are going to transform. And yeah, he's not high on my list to get, if I'm honest. But nice all the same. Very, very, very cool. Even more X Transbots this week, and they showed off their Autobot X. So this is their Autobot X from that G1 episode where they made like a Frankensteiner type robot, and then I believe it was Spike, but somebody might tell me it was somebody different. So where they put Spike's brain into it and that controlled it, and it was like a bit of a lumbering mess of bots. There has been a previous version of this out, not from X Transbots. I think it may have been MMC, but someone I'm sure will correct me down in the comments. And yeah, it's nice. This dude has extending arms, which I don't think the other one did. Obviously, it won't transform. I think it would have been cool if they'd given it an alt mode. I always think that when someone's going to do a version of this figure, I hope that they try to do an alt mode. I know it would be difficult, but it'd be interesting to see what somebody came up with and would be a little bit different. But yeah, this isn't going to transform. He's not big on my needs. It's not a character that I really think I want on my shelf. I don't see too much difference apart from the extended arms between this and the original version that came out. Let me know your thoughts. Is anyone excited about this figure? I'd probably be more excited if it was non-transforming and it was the Ratchet and Megatron melded together figure. That's the figure that I want. Moving over then to the world of Hasbro and Takara, and they showed off a couple of figures from Wave 4 with Pipes being one of them. So we're going to get a Pipes. Obviously Pipes is just going to be a Huffer, different head sculpt, different colors, quite nice. I love the little Huffer that they did, so I might actually pick this up. Kingdom Wave 4, though for me so far, little bit of a sleep fest, a little bit of a snooze. Saved myself some money there, I think. We also got some new pictures of something that looks absolutely amazing, which is NIGHTBIRD. So we got a few pictures of NIGHTBIRD. You're going to be able to remove the faceplate, put the faceplate back on, which is interesting. I don't think it's something I'll ever need to do. All the accessories that NIGHTBIRD is going to come with, loads and loads, lasers, guns, swords, everything, blast effects, really cool. Obviously, we know this is a little bit of a different take on RC, but it's the best alternative take on RC I've ever seen. I cannot wait to get this figure in my hands. UK rejoice, we finally got a figure before the States and before a few other places, and this is the Autobot Road Rage. I believe this appeared in a few retail stores a little bit earlier than the States, certainly by about 4 or 5 days. This figure does look very, very nice, but I believe it still has some of the challenges that Trax has, so for me, it's a no. Something new that's come in that kind of looks a lot like Cyberverse, and I'm not sure if these two figures have already been released and now they're being released as kind of a twin pack, but this is the Transformers Cyber Battalion Heroic 2-pack Optimus Prime and Megatron. So I think this is from Cyberverse, but it looks like it's coming in like a Generation Select type box here. Ugly. Ugly figures with ugly alt modes. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Something else that's now up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse is a different take on Bumblebee. So this is like a really different take. So this is part of the Studio series. This is going to be your N.E.S.T or N.E.S.T Deluxe scale Bumblebee, where he turns into a grey looking, I guess it's a Jeep, right? I'm sure that it's an American style Jeep. I can't remember actually what style this is. Comes with a little minifigure as well. I don't mind it. I think it's okay. It's nice looking. Probably not for my collection, but yeah, looks nice. If you are in Boston this weekend, then that is the place to be to actually see the prototype of STARSABER in its glory, I guess. So if you want to take a look at that, these are some pictures that have come out of that Boston convention. Obviously this is something that Hasbro spoke about last week, currently up on Hasbro Pulse as a kind of backed jobby, so you need to go there to really back it. And it's also, if you're in Spain and Ireland and a few other places, you need to go to Xavi. Currently looks like it's at about 50% of the target with 36 days left, so I believe not as big an interest as there was around Unicron. I think that got backed fairly quickly. So this one's a little bit slower. For me, I've decided where I am on it. I don't think I'm going to back the project. It's not because I don't want the figure. I do want the figure, but I am sitting squarely behind the fact that I believe that Hasbro are really not being customer focused with this one, with it being the same price over in the States as it is in the UK. Dollar versus pounds, because that means that over here I'm paying more for it. So it's a figure I want, it's a figure I think looks good, but if it was a matched price with the States, then I'd buy it. But it's not, so I'm not. So that's everything from me today on this Saturday. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Let me know your thoughts about everything down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!